Hey, what is up, internet? Kyle here, SlapShot Toys, coming to you for the first time ever in crystal clear 4K quality to do a action figure review for you this evening. And tonight we're going to be taking a look at a Mezco One 12 figure from their horror line. And of course, that is this box sitting right next to me, and that is the Freddy Krueger from A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, I did pick up this figure at the Great Ohio Toy Show. You can check out my hunt video in the description below if you guys want to see some footage from that show and the haul that I picked up. But I figured I'd go ahead and do a more in-depth review on this Freddy figure. So we're gonna go ahead and get Freddy and the accessories out of the box and take a closer look to the light box. And here's the Mezco Freddy out of the packaging, and we're gonna go ahead and take a closer look at the details on this figure. So let's go ahead and remove him from this stand, and we're gonna go ahead and remove the hat so you can see the face sculpt. So as you can see here, this is sculpted out beautifully. All the scarring effects and the paint that they use, they give it a really nice gloss paint there on the inside of the scars, which really give it kind of a disgusting wet look, and I really like that. And for such a small figure and such a small sculpt, the detailing on this is fantastic. The eyes, nose, and mouth really kind of emulate the Robert Englund look, which you definitely need for a Freddy figure. So I am super happy how that face sculpt turned out. Now, where I am a little bit disappointed in this figure is the clothing. The first thing that I'm not crazy about is they actually screen printed these green stripes on. If you look at the promo images, this was originally shown to have actual stitching in the green sections as well. So like being an actual knitted sweater. I understand why they did it because it's probably a lot more cost effective, but honestly, I think it looks a little bit cheap. This looks like kind of a sweater you would get at Walmart, not necessarily like a true knitted sweater, which is what I think Freddy should have, especially at this price point. So I am a little bit disappointed in that. Overall though, the weathering effect on it I think looks fantastic. So you definitely get the dirt and grime and grease all over, especially here on the back. I think that came out very nicely. The hands are sculpted exactly like the face, a ton of detail, and they look gorgeous. The glove looks really nice, as well as you get the paneling and stitching all throughout the fingers right there. The panel on the back with the rivets look really nice. And then of course the blades on the fingers look wonderful, and on the inside you do have that little brown section of leather that's been torn out. Pants, nothing really going on, just a nice burlap brown. Again, nothing on the back here. And then the boots, just really basic, some nice stitching, laces, and that's about it. And now to take a closer look at the articulation on the figure. The head movement is really good. It does twist side to side, it does pivot left and right, and it looks up a decent amount and down a decent amount, and just pretty much can roll all around. So you get a really good range of motion here at the head, which is really nice. The arms go past a 90-degree angle, so they go past the T here when they reach out. There is a cut here at the bicep, so that does rotate. He is double jointed here at the elbows, so that has a great range of motion. The hands do rotate and they do swivel up and down. As far as the arms, they can also reach forward a pretty good amount. This is a very loose fitting sweater, so there's really no hindrance here in the actual fabric. And then same going back. I mean, you can pretty much go all the way around before you get really any bunching. The articulation here at the midsection is fantastic as well, so you get a ton of range of motion here at a pivot at the ab crunch. The ab crunch goes forward about that much and back a ton, so really good range of motion. And then there is a cut here at the waist, so that does rotate. As far as the legs, he can go about that far doing the splits until you get some definite pulling there in the slacks. There is a cut here at the thigh. He can kick forward a decent amount before you start getting some pulling again in the pants, and then back not so much. You can only kick back about that far before you start getting some resistance. Knees, he is double jointed, so you get some really nice range of motion there. And as far as the actual feet, they do rotate. They are hinged up and down, and they do pivot. And now to take a look at the accessories that come with this Freddy. First off, as with all Mezco 112s, we get this circular base. This one has some really nice artwork from the Nightmare on Elm Street movie poster. I think that's a nice inclusion on this base and just kind of makes it stand out a little bit more than some of the other ones that are just black with the title on it. We are given 3 left hands with this figure. The first one is the one with the pinky finger severed and the green blood spraying out. We are given an open hand and a closed fist. Taking a closer look here at the one with the severed pinky, this looks fantastic. again, much like the open one that I showed you on the figure. Wonderful detailing, and then you get those 2 severed fingers and one just shooting out that green blood. We are also given 2 of the gloved hands. I kind of wish maybe they would have given us a couple more just in a couple different poses, but we are given one that is fully open, and once again, this is just detailed beautifully. And then we are also given the one that I showed you on the figure that has more of the kind of pointing motion. We are given this trash can accessory. Not really a whole lot going on here. Some nice detail in the paintwork, very nice and shiny. Really not a whole lot going on other than it's just a plastic trash can. We are also given the classic look of Freddy's hat, and as you can see here, not a whole lot of detail, but this is sculpted pretty nicely with the strap and everything around. Some nice kind of detail work in the creases and folds in the hat. Looks really good, especially when you actually have it on Freddy's head. And then we are also given 4 face sculpts. So what we're given is the kind of grimacing look, the just kind of angry stoic look, the happy little sinister grinning look, and then the flesh cut off of his face revealing the skull. All of these are sculpted gorgeously, and just kind of take real here like the really grimacing look. I mean, just looks fantastic. You get that nice expression there with his eyes looking up, and yeah, just sculpted gorgeously again with all the scarring and flesh just kind of torn away from his face. And then to kind of give you a closer look here at the one with the actual face cut off, again, you get the skull and everything detailed gorgeously. You get some different like kind of dents and cracks and everything in the bone. See the tendons there in the jawline. The teeth are all sculpted out. Just looks absolutely wonderful. And then what we have here is the actual face that goes with this. So you just get the kind of floppy cut off face of Freddy right there. So that is gonna do it for this review of the Mezco 112 Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger. And there's a lot to really like about this figure. The face sculpts are amazing. He comes with a lot of cool accessories. The clothing, I wish maybe it was a little bit more detailed, maybe a little bit more high end, but that's a pretty minor complaint overall with how good this figure is. If you collect the Mezco 112 figure line, or if you're looking for a 6-inch Freddy with soft goods, this is definitely the figure that you want to pick up. So once again, that is going to be it for this evening. Let me know in the comments what you guys thought of this review. Let me know what you guys thought of this figure, or if you guys collect the Mezco 112 horror line. Love hearing from you guys. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you don't miss on any future content, including more reviews, hunts, hauls, bunch of other stuff. Has some really cool stuff that I'm currently trying to film and work on. But once again, that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for checking out these videos, and I'll catch you guys later. See ya.